We'll be casting the Jargogles versus SAS-LP VT5. I'm going to take a minute to talk through their decks a little bit. So this one should look familiar. This is what the Jargogles are bringing. Damiano will be playing Sorin Gold again. We've seen this deck before. I'll run through it really quickly. The Logos is looking to try to support the Saurian combo pieces in the house. So some of the things it's doing, it's archiving a lot with Tau Tau, through Memory Chip, and then drawing a bunch through Daughter. Something else the Logos house can do is just establish a board and just use it to its advantage. So we saw him just play like 4 or 5 Logos creatures before and just reap with them, getting a ton of amber, a ton of value, that kind of thing. The Saurian house is the real workhorse of the deck. It'll kind of pop out to some of y'all. We got 3 tributes here with a 6 Emperor Tyrannosaurus, the classic Worlds Collide combo. Axiom of Grist to support here, and some pretty good Saurian creatures. A few ways to get rid of all that tribute amber besides 6 Emperor. It's got the Imperial Scutum, and it's got the Calipigian Ideal as well. So a few ways to exploit tribute there. And then Shadows, the house we kind of said is probably the weaker of the houses. You've got Hit and Run, a couple Hawks, just some value pieces here, some situational strong pieces. Let's look at this new deck that the SAS team is bringing. This is Justaguyplayin. Luke is his name. Let's just talk through it here. So another Worlds Collide deck. We're seeing a lot of Worlds Collide in this tournament, much to no one's surprise here. So again, we're just seeing Logos being used for some really good efficiency and some really good utility as well. So Twin Bolt can deal with a lot of threats. It can take wards out and just really good to rush through. Dysania, it's gonna put a lot of pressure on all the other Logos decks. And then Igor is just to rip through your deck again, get the pieces that you need. Saurian over here. Oh, something I just noticed. We're gonna have a house matchup, an entirely house mirror match here. So Logos, Saurian, Shadows for both players. Into Saurian. I don't see a lot of the big combos. There's no 6 Emperor here, like there is in the other decks. Tertiate, an excellent card. Calipigian Ideal is going to combo with Tribute very well, and all the other ways to capture Amber and Exalt here. But to me, this looks just like a pretty good Saurian lineup. Good of the many, some good board control as well. And then Shadows, the big pieces that I see here are Subtle Chains with 2 Subtle Chains with 2 Chain Gangs. Some really good combos here. A few J-Vendas, situationally pretty strong. You're also getting 2 Hawks to push some Amber, so it's pretty similar decks, apart from the fact that it looks like Sorin Gold is trying to combo more with Saurian, and the Kind-Hearted Rascal is trying to get some value with his Saurian creatures. So it should be an interesting matchup. Let's see if that game is made already. Should hop into it as soon as possible. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, looks like the game is starting up. Players are going to draw their opening hands here in a little bit. Alright, players wishing each other good luck and fun here.
Hey there, and I'm back as well.
Hey, Freddy, welcome back. Players have just drawn their opening hands. I see you're in here already. Awesome.
Yep.
Perfect.
Hold up. Some interesting decisions to be made right away, it looks like.
Absolutely. So, Freddy, You just step away real quick, but looks like we've got a mirror matchup once again. Worlds Collide Logos Saurian Shadows versus Worlds Collide Logos Saurian Shadows.
Yeah.
It appears to me that the Logos and the Shadows want to be doing the same thing out of both decks. The Saurian is where the decks differ a lot. We see no Six Semper in the Saurian list for Luke here, just a guy playing. It looks to be like just the more value-oriented Saurian.
It does, and I think that the one difference in Shadows is that you're a little more controlling with the double chain gang, plus the Whisper and the Vindas.
Good point. Good point.
You've got a little bit more, just like a nuisance on board there. But definitely by far the biggest difference. I like that Whisper play turn one. That's a really strong first play.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, I think that's a small difference in Shadows, but certainly that Saurian lineup there is a big difference there, and I would say that I favor Soaring Gold's Saurian a little bit more just because I love that Six Semper tribute combo so much. You know, we've seen time and time again devastating it can be, but you know, double chain gang, double subtle chain, just by itself is a great combo to have. So these decks, they're doing slightly different things, pretty similar, slightly different. It'll be really interesting to see how they end up matching up.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
I think here DamPauls is debating, does he code monkey for 2 or does he want those wormhole techs out?
Yeah, I think that's exactly what he's mulling over.
No, that's not even what he goes with. Oh, sorry. He goes treasure map.
Interesting. Really, really interesting play.
Yeah. Chant of Hubris put everything on the Thera with Calpigian. And he decides he does not want to archive the wormhole text. I think that's the right call here. Those cards are so good at going through your deck.
It would be devastating here if he were to do so, because Luke has that Desania ready to go.
That Desania is ready, yep.
Obviously, Damiano doesn't know that, but always a possibility.
Right.
Looks like 2 Twin Bolt emissions will kill both those techs.
Boy. Well, they were done for either way, but this way at least he doesn't lose he doesn't give his opponent the 2 amber. Mm-hmm. So
yep, that's right.
Some tough choices again here. You know, you can go nope. He doesn't even hesitate. Decides to go for the crazy killing machine. Okay, kills an Umbra. And kills Desania. Okay. So that's pretty cool. The Crazy Killing Machine is a really great card in this matchup because
so good.
Because it's a mirror matchup.
Yeah, so good. But
what's not good is having all 3 tributes in your hand.
No,
Boy.
not at all. And you see Luke gets off that Calipygian ideal to forge a key, and man, how rough is that?
Yeah,
brutal.
I think DamPauls really wanted to see a Saurian card somewhere there. That's a pretty rough draw. And now where do you take this even, you know? It's
my inclination would be Saurian.
I think you have to go Saurian. I think you probably hold at least 1 tribute, probably just 1 though. Holding 2 is just seems like you're chaining yourself too much.
Oh, I mean for Luke to go Saurian, right? Because I think it's his turn.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm getting ahead of myself.
Yeah.
But yes, definitely Luke should go Saurian as well.
He decides to just reap with the Theros Centurion. Says, "Yeah, you can have your daughter. I don't really care."
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Fighting twice to get one. He's not even going to capture with the Theros because Tribute's going to capture the one Amber anyways.
Yeah.
Well, unless he decides to hold the Tribute, I guess. But here, I think you play it out.
Yeah, and it will be in his favor if he does play it out. His opponent has that Axiom ready to go, and he's going to wipe his board unless he does play it. He looks like he
Right.
does.
He does. Yep.
Actually, a really good
Does he
question.
exalt?
Yeah, I
I
feel
think
like
you
should.
exalt here, right?
Yeah. It will not, us knowing what we know, it will not give him a key. But I think you do.
Right.
I think you want to go in a check.
Yeah, going to check for your second key when your opponent's at 0 Amber, 0 keys is just such a play.
Yeah, talk about advantages there. Holy crap.
Yeah. Um.
He's thinking it over here.
Yep. That he is. And right on cue. Yep.
Thinking. Players taking their time to think quite a bit in this tournament, and you can't really blame them. We're in the semifinals of what is so far the biggest online Keyforge tournament, as far as I am aware.
Oh yeah, yeah. This is a definitely a high stakes tournament. You know, a lot of bragging rights, if nothing else, for every game at this point. You know.
Right. Yeah, to say I made it to the semifinals, yeah, that gives you a lot of bragging rights. To take it to the finals, that's even better, right? And
Yeah.
and these players are trying to win this whole thing, so.
Thinking hard. I think he's probably looking at the deck list, thinking how many cards, count them, how many cards can kill that Thero, how many cards can take you off a check, and the answer is not that many. But is it too many to risk the exalt?
Right.
Lots of time being spent to figure this out. Oh, and you know what? He's also got to worry about Crazy Killing Machine.
Yeah. He's done it, though. He's gone ahead and exalted it.
I like it.
I love it.
I think it's the right call.
Absolutely.
DamPauls is going to have a really good response, though, being able to take him off check so well. And he'll be able to potentially get that Amber back at some point in the future.
Right.
Um,
So what you do here is you play Tribute before your Odoak. Ooh, I think there's a bit of a misstep. You want to be able to get some Amber on that Wormhole tech so it doesn't die to the Axiom. Assuming he plays Axiom at all here. I'm not sure if he will or not.
it's possible he won't.
It is possible, yeah. He only kills the Theros Centurion and the Brutodon Auxiliary.
But if you did tribute, you ward the daughter. No, he just wants the ward on Odoak.
Yeah, and that's fair enough. He's got a lot of steel, a lot of shadows. It's really, I don't think anybody would blame him for that decision at all. And I mean, look right now, he's gonna stop.
It looks to me like he's really playing for that 6 Semper, and he just wants to stack Amber on that Odoak and then 6 Semper it.
Yeah.
That's what he's going for.
Where the board is now, he won't be able to though.
That's true.
Hawks that crazy killing machine. That's it's so good, so good for Luke to be able to take out that crazy killing machine. That represents just like killing 2 of your creatures, your artifacts every turn almost. What did subtle maul? What did subtle chain hit? Subtle chain hitting subtle maul. That's some poetic justice.
Indeed, it is. Now, DamPauls held 2 tributes there. He held.
Yeah.
That's really interesting to see. I think here you play 1, and what's nice is he can actually fight the Odoak into Theros Centurion. He can get that Amber back, and the Thero is warded, so it won't even die. You can play the Centurion Stenopius and then tribute onto Centurion. So if your opponent wants to get the Amber off of the creatures, he's got to pick which creature to take it off of. So there's a few different lines of play here that DamPauls can go for. I think he should fight with that Odoak though, because with Jay Vinda out, that ward is going away one way or another as soon as Shadows gets called.
Right.
And he does.
Yeah,
okay.
you called it. You called it, Freddy.
And now we'll probably see one more tribute. I think the only question here is, does he play out Centurion, Stenopius, and Exalt it first? There it is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so he'll tribute. And he'll
Let's see if
repeat.
he holds that next tribute.
So big.
That's a huge 21 power. Oh my goodness.
That's gonna be a little tough to kill.
Yeah. Now if Luke can figure out a way to kill this Odoak, he's got the answer in Good of the Many. But he's got to figure out a way to kill that Odoak.
Yep. One Twin Bolt is not gonna do it.
Nope.
Will put some damage down. He takes Cutthroat. That's just going to be a pip, and he discarded an Imperium and Odoak for it. It looks like.
Mm-hmm. Valuing the efficiency play here.
Yep.
Wanting to just rip through his deck. I mean,
and certainly nothing wrong with that.
No.
Tosses a Yancey Gang and J Vinda with the second. That's a good Igor right there. Those are creatures where you're never sad to see them, but neither of those creatures is going to be game breaking. If that means that you're getting to something else important next turn, that's way more important, right? If you can get to a tertiate a turn soon, that's huge. And it looks like he's only got 5 cards in his deck, and tertiate has to be one of them.
Right. Yeah, so he's probably gonna go Shadows here this next turn. Gonna play out as many cards as he can, try to draw into that tertiate, and it'd be very unfortunate if he didn't draw it.
Yeah. Oh boy, but that Odoak, he really needs to get rid of that Odoak though.
Yeah.
That's the Chain Gang really hurts there.
Mm-hmm. Notably, he will be able to fight the Odoak with Chain Gang.
Yep, and I think that's what you have to do here.
Yeah, I feel as though Damiano will see that coming. We'll probably stomp out that Chain Gang. It chooses Saurian, so Damiano is playing Saurian this turn.
Another tribute ready to go, and and he's thinking, so lots of decisions to be made here. You know, every single card, there's questions to be asked. I think, except the Odoak. Actually, even the Odoak if you want to kill something elusive. But I think you're almost always going to reap with it. Using Centurion to kill Chain Gang is absolutely the right call there.
Yep, stomps out the J Vinda.
Yep, as long as you get rid of that Chain Gang, no matter how you do it, that's the important thing.
Yeah.
The Odoak reaps, threatens check.
Yeah. Damiano just like predicting that his opponent is going Shadows here. Man, this Centurion Stenopius, 42 power with 13 Amber on it, and we don't see a 6 Emperor here. We've gone through all of the tributes.
Yep.
We're just playing some Shadows cards out, hoping to draw into that Tertiate or some other answer here. So into the night, you can't fight me, Hawk. Oh, there it is. There's a Tertiate. So there's a key for Damiano. 1 key to 1 key, similar Amber.
And it's really, it looks like this game very well could come down to who's going to get that Amber on Centurion Stenopius, and it looks at this point like Justaguyplayin has got it.
Absolutely, yeah. And he's going to do just that. I mean, even if his turn is just to gain 13 amber, is that, I mean, it seems good to me.
I've seen games won with less.
And
Um,
I don't know that that Damiano has an answer here for 15 amber from his opponent. All of the tributes are gone.
all those tributes are gone. Yep. Yep. And there it is.
There goes Tertiate. Good of the Many is going to wipe the board too to get rid of that Odoak.
Yep.
Yeah,
Boy.
19 amber. Yeah, absolutely.
What a play.
Luke,
And
Luke,
it follows up with some solid Saurian board presence.
yeah, those are some threats, man. Luke just identifying so clearly, like this is my path to victory. I have to go through my deck. I have to find Tertiate, and he does
Yep.
before Damiano finds Six Semper.
Yeah. Huge.
Yeah, and there's Six Semper a little bit too late there. A couple turns
Yep.
too late.
And you know, I don't know when. Do you know? Oh, he just went Logos. That's right, because he's got the Calpigian ideal in his archives, but he didn't have that a turn ago. Yep.
Damiano's calling GG here.
Yep.
That's a good game. Damiano concedes. Wow. What a game, man. That was the fastest game we've seen all day.
Yep. That's what that World Collide Logos can do. When you got it on both sides, everyone's just flying through their deck.
Right. Yeah, and I wonder if Damiano had maybe played that a little bit differently. Maybe could have played a bit more optimally, trying to find that Six Semper. It was at the bottom of the deck, unfortunately for him. I don't know that it would have made a difference. Maybe a little bit of poor sequencing for his cards there, showing up in the wrong order. Damiano
in the chat.
Yeah.
About that Six Semper being on the bottom of the deck.
Yeah, a little bit unhappy with that, and you can't really blame him there. But that's what happens when you play these combo decks, right? If you don't find it, you don't find it, and the deck doesn't really function very well if you don't have it.
Yep, absolutely. And one of the best ways to avoid that is to have high draw power, so that you can make sure that you will see those cards. But when you're going up against that has comparable draw power and has the tools to get around what you're going for, right? When your opponent has World Collide Logos and they have Tertiate, then that kind of nullifies the fact that you have Logos and a Six Semper. So a lot of really interesting back and forth, and definitely some high variance here. Just because it's whichever player gets the cards that they need, right? That's going to be a huge game changer.
Yep.
You could imagine, what if just a guy playing it had gotten 2 chain gangs and a subtle chain or something, and then you can counter, well, what if the Odoak sticks out on the board? There's a lot of really interesting ways that these games can go, and a lot of it just comes down to card draw.
Yep.
So
too many what ifs to look at how the game shook out and say variance screwed me there, right? You can't really fairly say that. There's just too many what ifs.
Absolutely. I think that just further underscores the fact that you need to be drawing through your deck quickly, right?
Yeah.
You need to make sure that if variance is screwing someone, it's the other guy.
Right. Absolutely. Good. Okay, we got our next match set up here. Alright guys, we're still in the adaptive seat, so players are going to swap decks here. It's going to be Damiano on, well, it looks like they might have picked the wrong decks here, or am I? Yeah, they might have not switched decks properly here. It should be Damiano on the Kind-Hearted Rascal, and it should be Luke on Soaring Gold.
Yep.
So we'll take a minute here to figure that out.
And responding to something in the past, I see that Captain Cav, one of our AOA teammates, made the comment, interesting choice not to throw away at least one tribute when DamPauls held on to both of them. I would agree. I think that it ended up working out pretty well for him. If he had gotten the six Semper, then it absolutely was the right thing to do. And we can say that with hindsight. But in the moment, um, knowing that he didn't get the six Semper wasn't really part of the calculus. And Tribute is one of those cards. It's one of the few cards where it really does pay off to hold it in a lot of cases, especially when you're going Saurian over and over again, like we saw in that game. So certainly an interesting call, and we'll see if Justaguyplayin has the same sort of inclination. We'll see if he even ends up having to make that sort of call, or maybe the cards work out a little more in his favor.
Maybe a counterpoint to that, Freddie. How long did he hold on to those cards? How many virtual chains rather, did those tributes afford him?
It's you know what? That's a good point. It was probably 4 to 5 chains equivalent from holding those tributes, and you're absolutely right that might have been the difference between him seeing the six Semper and not.
Yeah, not necessarily saying it was wrong because he didn't draw a six Semper, right? But it's definitely a factor. He drew less cards because he held those cards. So it's
Absolutely
something to think about. Little Keyforge math for y'all. So it looks like players have drawn their hands. Luke playing out a wormhole tech to start here.
Yeah, some good cards on both sides, I think, to start.
Yeah, Damiano's going to play 4 cards for his first turn, so can't really complain when that happens.
Definitely not. Luke's got an interesting response if he decides to go with the Axiom. It seems like it's a little early to do that, and maybe you just play out Shadows here, but
yeah,
some tough choices
for sure. Freddie, I have a question for you. Why is Titan Guardian a beast?
You know what? That's a good question, and I had never noticed that before. He's a beast. That's interesting.
Yeah. Huh. Good of the many comes into play here, right? And traits don't often matter in Keyforge, but when they do, they do. And
when you're right, you're right.
Yeah, right, exactly. I would have never guessed Titan Guardian to be a beast. I thought for sure he'd be a robot, just like reassembling automaton.
Right.
He's a beast cyborg.
You can't really be a cyborg and a robot, right? Like, cyborg is like robot plus human. So if you got some human parts, you're a cyborg, but you're not a robot. Is that how that works?
Well, cyborg just implies you were originally some kind of biological being, and you have adaptations, like robot adaptations, right? Like a robot.
Right.
Robot
but in my mind, if you can't start as a human and then become a robot, you know?
Oh no. Well, unless your brain was implanted in a robot, right? That's a philosophical question.
Interesting. Man. This is like a Ship of Theseus question.
One way or another, good of the many is going to kill both of these logos creatures. Well, I say that resembling automaton will survive.
That's the most important point here.
Right.
And he plays the Axiom. Yep, I like it. Wards Yancey gang.
Yeah.
Good plays here.
We'll draw 2 cards for Damiano. See if that changes any of his turns. Looks like he's going to have a pretty reasonable Saurian turn, should he choose to do that. He's going to be able to kill both of his opponent's creatures. He'll lose his automaton in the process, but I think that's fine for him.
Absolutely, yeah.
Tribute here, not going to be the greatest tribute, but it's not a tribute like Sorin Gould wants to tribute, right? Not as important. This tribute combos with Caliphage Ideal, which is in his hand, but
Absolutely.
he doesn't really need that tribute in the way that the deck that Luke is playing, Sorin Gold, needs that tribute.
No, And I wonder, is there a world where you hold it here, knowing that you're going to capture the Amber with Thero, and you'll have 2 on him? If you save it for a turn and try to pull off the combo next turn, is that something you even consider? I'm tempted to say no when you've got a Broododon Auxiliary out, but it actually can't kill the Thero, so maybe.
Well, Broododon Auxiliary will die because of Good of the Many.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
That's a very important point.
I don't think you hold it. You're probably not going Saurian for 2 or 3 turns, because all you've got is Theros and Tyrion, and 2 Logos, 2 Shadows cards. The likelihood that you draw into more Saurian, actually not bad considering his discard. But so he says, you know what, Freddy and Logan, you're just as wrong as could be. I'm gonna go Logos.
Well, maybe he's looking for another combo piece.
Yeah, could very well be doing
Call
that.
here.
He probably wants that tribute to hit hard. Just plays a pip with Cutthroat Research. What did he discard? He discarded Universal Recycle
Cutthroat
Bin
Research.
and Broododon Auxiliary.
Yep. Okay.
No cards are getting purged in this matchup,
You know-
at least that I know of. So Universal Recycle Bin kind of bad here, worthless.
Right. And I like this. The more I think about it, the more I like this play, because now it means that number 1, he'll have Amber to capture with the tribute. Number 2, he'll be able to threaten a Forge with that Calpigian Ideal instead of just playing it and hoping that next turn he can get the combo, like I was saying earlier. So
Right.
takes the turn off, slow plays a little bit, but really sets himself up for a strong Saurian turn next turn.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Freddie, another question for you. Igor is a cyborg. What? That's not a question. It's just a statement. Are there any robots in Logos anymore? Who did away with all these robots?
Man, what?
And tell me this.
I almost never pay attention to traits, so I don't even know.
Oh, Good of the Many makes it matter. Okay, so Titan Guardian is a beast cyborg, implying he's a cyborg that was originally some kind of non-human creature, right? Like an animal.
Right.
Non-human animal, that is. Why is Igor not a human cyborg? Or is it just implied that cyborg is human?
Maybe he's not a human or a beast. He's something else entirely.
Oh.
Code Monkey, speaking of weird shit, Code Monkey is an AI beast. Like
That makes sense to me.
that makes
He's a code monkey.
Yeah, but he's like a digital entity. How is he a beast, I
He's
guess
a monkey. He's like a AI representation of a monkey.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, I think Luke just went shadows previously,
Yeah.
right? Or no, I'm sorry. It was a Logos turn. Does a Tau Tau Vapors, plays a Crazy Killing Machine, decides he doesn't want to archive his 2 creatures and play, discards the Code Monkey, so adds a no safety in numbers to his hand. Any Shadows creature is going to be devastating for Damiano to play here. Because that no safety in numbers, not only will it kill all of his Shadows creatures that Javen does, it's also going to kill that Brend, allowing for him to steal 3. And we see Good of the Many, so all of this exhilarating trait talk ends now, everyone.
We can finally move on to discussing
The
what's
game.
actually happening in the game.
The thing that people
It's
care
an
about.
exciting thought.
Yeah.
This tribute's still not going to do anything.
No, unfortunately not.
And now
Look at the 6 Emperor.
I think you have to play it here, right? You play the Thero, you exalt him once with Calpigian. He's got 2 on him because he captures 1. You play Tribute to go to 7, and then you can actually threaten to be at a total of 8 if you exalt with the Tribute. Oh, he puts it on Reassembling Automaton. Okay.
Not a bad play at all. Not a
That's
bad play at
also
all. And that
solid.
play
Yep.
that plays around the 6 Emperor so beautifully.
Yes, it does. Yeah, I'm really happy you pointed that out. It would be a bad turn to just play a 6 Semper here for Luke, but if he had some more Saurian cards, that could have absolutely been the move. as it is now, he's got to go Shadows, and he doesn't have a way to kill the Brend.
Yeah, unfortunately, like I said, any Shadows creature here would have been so good for Luke. But right now he's got 2 Shadows creatures with this no safety in numbers. He does have it in archives, so he can play the 2 Shadows creatures and, play out his 1 in hand and play out the Hawk, killing, I don't know, probably the Skeleton Key. Crazy Killing Machine is so huge here. You don't want that gone. So he actually just says, I just want to burst Amber here. I'm playing this no safety in numbers.
It's an interesting decision.
Yeah, I don't know if I necessarily agree with it face value, but gonna use Skeleton Key to capture one on Bren the Fanatic before he takes it to the pawn shop and sells it for an Amber itself.
Interesting that he puts it on Brend, but I guess he wants to make it as appealing as possible to kill the Brend for his opponent. There's also a point that, this ensures that his opponent will have at least 1 Amber for the Brend to steal. So,
well, not necessarily, Freddy, since the Destroyed effect will trigger with Bren still in play. So the Amber will not go to Damiano before the Destroyed trigger happens.
You're right.
So, actually, a really interesting choice for Damiano here. He could forge with his 5 in his pool and 1 off the reassembling automaton, then kill the Brend, forcing his opponent to steal 0, getting that Amber back, and going, damn near check again for himself. Let's see what he decides to do. Does he just say, I'm taking this Amber off of the reassembling automaton while I can? Let's see here.
I really like that play, though.
He does it. Absolutely. Yep. That's beautiful. I love it. Absolutely love it.
Great play.
Fights into Brend here. Destroyed triggers. Guess what? I have nothing to steal.
Yep. And it's exactly what you said. Igor, let's see what comes of that. But never a bad card to play. Igor.
No.
Such good value.
Yeah, Igor just lets you dictate the flow of the game. You choose exactly what you want. He says, I want Tertiate, man. I want to be able to give it a third of your board. I'm predicting a Logos turn here for Luke. This Crazy Killing Machine is going to be so pivotal in this matchup.
Yeah, absolutely. Logos seems like it should be the call. Just not a whole lot to do otherwise. 6 Semper is not going to do a whole lot. Neither is Stomp. So yep, we see that Logos turn.
The only bad flip is a Shadows card. You got about a third of a chance to flip one. He does hit a Shadows.
And he discards Tribute on his own side. So
a little unfortunate.
Really not a great Crazy Killing Machine there.
Not bad, actually. He kills a Theros Centurion for an Umbra. But yeah, you're right. Yeah. He does lose the Tribute. That being said,
the tribute is the harder part.
There's plenty more tributes to go around. Don't worry.
It's a good point.
For those tribute lovers out there. I know Tribute is a beloved card in the Keyforge community. Don't fret, guys. Plenty more to go around in this matchup.
Two more to go. 1 in hand and 1 in a deck of 9 cards. So that's pretty great spacing with those tributes. Actually, you know, just playing them out when you need them most. He's got the tribute with the 6 Semper.
Yeah. Yes, he does. On the Titan Guardian too. Or Odoak, whatever he wants to do. Now, interestingly enough here, the Theros Centurion is going to stop that 6 Emperor from happening.
It's a good point. And a Stomp is not going to be enough to kill it.
Nope, it will not. I could see the argument for a Saurian or Shadow's turn here.
Yeah, there's a lot of good choices either way, and it looks like it will be Shadows.
Yeah. I imagine Damiano's suspecting his opponent's got this Tribute 6 Emperor combo going. Probably doesn't want to make a ton of Amber at this point. And it really,
Yeah.
really smart play, whether by accident or on purpose, is going to really reward him.
Yeah.
And now he gets
Absolutely.
to ward his Theros Centurion, even cementing this power lead, having the highest power in play creature.
Yeah, and he's about to redraw. That Tertiary is going to be really nice for him actually because he'll get the Igor back. He can potentially get Desania back as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
So just like lots of good play effects back in his deck.
Mm-hmm.
In a very strong position right now is DamPauls, but every it seems like every time we say that, the player we think has the game under control starts to lose it again. So let's see if Luke can do something here. He's got some choices. He uses the memory chip to archive. What does he archive? He archives Subtle Maul.
Interesting.
He doesn't want to keep the 6 Semper to set up the combo. That might be because he's worried about the Desania getting redrawn. I'm not sure, but I think it's probably just because he's committed to going Saurian next turn.
That would be my guess. Yeah, I agree with that, Freddy. Let's see, Crazy Killing Machine hits actually 2 Shadows cards. So I believe he gets to kill 2 of his opponent's Shadows creatures.
He does. So probably a Whisper and one of the Vindas.
Yeah, that'd be my guess.
I don't think Vinda's that scary. Whisper, losing an Amber is never fun, but destroying any creature you want, that's a lot of fun.
Yep. Absolutely. Yeah,
So,
especially when there's such big threats during your Shadows turn, like Odoak, where you really want your chain gangs to hit. Yeah, Whisper goes away, Javinda goes away.
yeah.
Man, Crazy Killing Machine.
The best part about that Crazy Killing Machine was probably that he discards Bad Penny. Never has to see it.
Absolutely. Yeah. Shed a chain.
Yep.
A little unfortunate for Damiano here. He's got 2 Hawks in the deck that he's playing. I don't believe he's seen one yet. And he really, really, really needs that Crazy Killing Machine dead. That thing is just absurdly valuable in this matchup.
It's just pure value in this matchup. Absolutely. It's a very strong card here.
Yeah.
1 Hawk is in the discard pile. So
Okay. My mistake.
Yeah. I forget what he killed with that now. Skeleton Key, that's right.
Okay.
But still, one more in those 6 cards. Looks like there's a very good chance he will draw into it next turn after he plays out his Saurian hand. But we'll see. We'll see if he actually hits it or not.
So Theros Centurion actually captured an Amber, but he used Chant of Hubris to move that Amber onto the Reassembling Automaton. Freddy, I don't think I've ever seen this in action before. This is such a great combo, this Calipiging Ideal on the Reassembling Automaton.
Yeah, I love it. And I think we did see this last game. Or maybe it was in a previous matchup, but today is the first day that I've seen this combo. Really nice combo. You normally think, well, I'll put it on their creature. That means I get it back when I kill the creature. But if you can just forge with it anyways, that's you're cutting out the middleman. You're threatening check here.
Yeah.
Great play.
Yeah.
Now, by no means is this game out of hand. Luke's got the Tribute 6 Semper combo that he can pull off here.
He can't, Freddy, actually.
He can't because of that Theros Centurion.
Yeah.
Theros Centurion. Okay, so do you go for Calpigian Ideal and hope that you can pull that off? Probably not, right? Because you've got to worry about Theros Centurion. If so.
Yeah.
So okay, here's a thought. You could play the Odoak, put Calpigian on him, put him behind a Tricerian Legionary with the ward.
Yeah, it'd be hard to deal with it. You would think that Damiano would have a tough time dealing with that.
Yeah, I think that's my play if I'm Luke. But
yeah,
But yeah, he's got a lot to consider here that he's gotta figure out.
Right.
There is a case where he just goes Logos too.
Yep.
He goes Logos, plays his own reassembling automaton. No, but he does decide to go with Saurian after all.
Yeah, 5 cards, or is it 6 cards in his hand? 6 cards in his hand. Yeah, I don't fault him for going Saurian here. Definitely.
Yeah, hard to say no to value like that. Good choices either way, though. When you have 2 good choices, that's much better than having 2 terrible choices. So
Yep.
something to be said there.
Yep.
Does go Saurian. Let's see which cards he plays out and how he does this, because again, there are just so many choices to be made here in terms of what order and where you put things.
Mm-hmm. I think he's going to do what you said, Freddy. I think he's going to play that Odoak. I think he's going to play that Tribute. I think he's going to put Caliparian Ideal on it. I think he's going to hide it behind a Trisarian Legionary and ward the Odoak.
I think so, and I think you stomp the Theros Centurion to pop the ward. The only question is, do you hold the 6 Semper, or do you just use it to get rid of Theros Centurion? I'm really tempted to say you hold it here, because he's gonna have something of a Saurian board, so he has a chance of going back into Saurian. He's almost certainly going to draw that tribute. I say almost certainly, but he'll draw 5 cards. He holds on to 6 Semper. He's got 6 left in his deck, and one of those is a tribute. So
yeah,
good odds there to pull off that combo next turn.
Yep, absolutely.
Trisarian Legionary first, so he wards Titan Guardian. Okay.
He's going in on the Titan Guardian, actually.
He's going in on the Titan Guardian.
There he goes. Probably see a tribute here.
Yep.
Do you exalt?
Oh, that's tough. What can your opponent do here? So he doesn't. There's not a lot of great ways to get that Amber off, but if you go Logos, you can fight Dysania and Reassembling Automaton into Titan Guardian if you ping it with a Twin Bolt. So there is some liability to lose that Amber if you put it there. Are you really scared of that though? Let's see. He's got all 3 Twin Bolts in the discard too. So that means that if he wants to get that Amber, if DamPauls does, then he's got to fight all of his Logos creatures. So it's going to be really hard to get that Amber. And I think, yep. So he plays the tribute, and it looks like he's not going to exalt, or maybe he's still thinking.
He's thinking on it. Interesting here, Freddy. If Luke were to play that 6 Semper to kill the Theros Centurion, you would guarantee that you forge with the Caliparian Ideal. Now, he doesn't know this, obviously, but we do. We see Tertiate in the hand. The line that Damiano could take is play Tertiate, kill Odoak or whatever, and then take the ward off Titan Guardian, fight it with Theros Centurion.
Yep.
6 Emperor would stop that entirely. And again, only we know that, right?
That's right.
Luke obviously doesn't have a vision of his opponent's hand. And he holds the 6 Emperor in anticipation of that tribute. Now, the Centurion Stenopius would have been excellent last turn. It would have made his creatures the strongest creatures out there.
That's what he wanted. But now he's got Tribute, 6 Semper, Centurion Stenopius. So, yeah, he might lose that Amber on Titan Guardian, but I don't think I even care at that point.
Nope, you're going to get it right back. And actually, truth be told, you're going to forge here as well, because he's at 7 Amber.
Yep, absolutely. You can capture one with Thero, but that's it. That's all you can do. You could also steal one potentially with Chain Gang, but again, that's all you can do.
Right.
Vinda's not killing anything. And, oh, you have Odoak out anyways, so you're definitely not going to be able to take him off check.
Nope. Yeah,
Now,
you cannot steal.
The problem is that DamPauls seems to really like staying at 0 to 1 amber. Of course, whenever he goes above that, it gets tributed anyways. But right now, that tribute 6 ember combo is not going to do anything. So let's see how DamPauls plays it. He'll probably get that amber back off of Titan Guardian, though. It looks like that's the route he's going to go.
Yeah, call Saurian as his active house.
Right.
I suspect we'd see a Tertiate here.
What does he kill with the Tertiate? Do you think he kills the Odoak? Because if he kills
easily, yeah. Absolutely.
Titan Guardian, then he can kill the Titan Guardian to prevent draw.
Yeah, that's always a good point, but he's got the Chain Gang with Subtle Chain ready to go. So I don't know.
I think you're right.
I think that Odoak needs to die. It makes his Saurian turns a little worse, and those are the ones you fear.
Yep, I'm with you.
You definitely kill your own reassembling automaton.
Do you? Because
yeah.
You can get Igor and Desania back on the shuffle if you kill them.
That's a good point. That is a good point. Looks like he killed Igor
he decides to keep the Desania out.
Looks like I was right, Freddy, and does exactly what I say.
You're right. I should just drop off. I'll let you finish this cast by yourself, Logan.
This one up. So we're probably gonna see the good old tribute 6 Emperor here. You know, he's got a really good Logos turn though. I'm interested to see what's going to happen. If he doesn't tribute 6 Emperor though, we will see Damiano Forge.
Very true.
He's going Saurian. He's doing what his deck does.
Stop him. Yeah. I like it. I think it's the right call here. You've still got that really efficient Logos turn next turn, so you're still going to be flying through your deck.
Absolutely. That turn can wait. It's 6 Semper time.
Yep. Now, you know, he could have potentially taken him off check doing Wormhole Tech into... Nope, never mind. Just kidding. Forget how Wormhole Tech works. So yeah, you're right. He had to go Saurian to take him off check. Good move. 6 Semper here is gonna feel really good.
Yeah. He comboed off. Now it's up to Damiano to answer that.
And that's a tough one to answer.
Yeah.
You know, stealing one with your Chain Gang is not gonna make you feel great.
Yeah. He will, if he does decide to go Shadows, he will get to hawk that crazy killing machine before it does any more damage next turn.
Yep, and he's guaranteed to draw a Subtle Chain next turn as well.
Right.
So he'll play the Chain Gang with the threat that he'll have another Subtle Chain in his hand. That's always nice.
Yeah.
Yep. No hesitation there. He knows exactly what he wants to kill. Gets rid of the Tau Tau. Always a nice card to Subtle Chain.
Yep. Good hit.
Vinda, probably ping the daughter.
That daughter has been alive almost this entire game.
Yeah. Just a ton of value there.
Yes. All right, so we've got 2 keys out of Luke here. Damiano looking to forge his second key. Looks like we're going to see, I would imagine, a Logos turn here for our SAS player. No,
You called it somehow.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I thought he had played that treasure map. He archived it, okay.
Yep.
I have seen some turns that treasure map has been played that I was very surprised about, so wouldn't be surprised if it happened again.
We've seen it played a surprising amount, certainly.
Yeah.
It's one of those cards that I just always think of as almost always an instant discard. It's like it's the Coda version of Swindle in my
Right.
mind. But yeah, here we've seen it played out a lot more than normal. In this case, obviously, the move is to archive it. You're gonna play out your whole hand. You're gonna get a Reap from Wormhole Tech on top of that. You're gonna draw back to 7. So it's just really, really efficient Logos play. And with 2 keys already, just really making this a tough play to respond to. But it's not going to take DamPauls off of check.
Right.
And
He's doing nothing about his Amber. He's doing nothing about his reassembling automaton. Playing for the glory, Damiano says. So Wormhole Tech will archive a skeleton key. Looks like we've got 3 Shadows cards in the archive. Okay, Axiom
and
of
a
Grace.
lot more in hand.
This is quite the Logos board here. How is Damiano going to answer this? Like he can't afford to spend his time fighting.
Does he need to worry about answering it? Do you just go Saurian here and just get as much Amber as you can?
That's a question for our semi-finalist here. He's going to have to make that decision himself.
And despite the fact that there's only 1 tribute in the discard pile, there are none in hand for Luke.
Yeah. We don't really like the Shadow's turn here for Damiano is actually pretty good. He's gonna chain gain to steal 1. He's gonna Reap with J-Venda to steal another, kill that daughter. He's gonna play Subtle Chain to steal another, discard a card from. He's doing it. That's exactly the turn he's taking here.
Yep, that's a great call.
So he's gonna put himself deep into check. I don't know that Luke has the answer here.
I'm not seeing it. Everything is just nothing that he can play out right now will reduce his opponent's Amber.
Yeah, he's essentially
He can't pummel key costs. I think that this is a done deal. Let's see if Luke comes up with something crazy.
Yeah, let's talk through his options here a bit. Axiom does nothing. Stomp gets you nowhere.
No, you
Rugadon does nothing.
You can't try to Reap with Wormhole Tech. That's not gonna play out anything.
No, you have no Amber control in Logos, right? No, it doesn't look like there's a bid. So, man, I think this game is over here with that Shadow's turn.
Yeah, and you called it. That just play out some silly Shadows value.
Yeah. J-Venda, the game all-star right now. Yeah, no safety in numbers kills your board. You don't want to play that card.
No.
Umbra can't fight. I mean, and you'd have to take him off 3 Amber. This game, I believe, is over.
No way to bounce the reassembling automaton or anything like that.
Nope. I don't even know that there's one in the deck.
No, I don't think that there is. Just tough draw there at the end. He really needed one of those tributes to have a shot.
Yeah, tribute here would be clutch, especially with that Axiom.
Yep. And he's got 2 of them sitting in 8 cards of the deck.
Yeah. 25% of his deck is tribute. Yeah, and Luke's tapping out. He says, "You got me." Really well played. These games are just amazing. This is Key Forge at the highest level, folks. This is amazing. So, let's see here. Let's see if we can get some bidding going here. All right, they're gonna start the bidding. So Damiano's deck
All right.
1-2-0, excuse me, Luke's deck 1-2-0. So
Yep.
Luke is gonna start the bidding at 0 chains. He's gonna hold the deck at 0 chains. Freddy, these decks are so closely matched. I'd be surprised if we went high on chains here. What do you think? How many chains are these players gonna go
Boy.
to?
It's
This is unheard of and adaptive. He says,
wow.
guess what? You just have the deck at 0. Have the deck at 0. I think your deck's better.
Wow. Interesting. I've seen this happen once or twice. It's always so fascinating to see.
Wow.
But he says the Tribute Six Semper combo is
He says, "Yeah, I want my deck, man. I want to play my deck, right? That's essentially what happened.
yeah.
Damiano wants to play his own deck. He says, "My deck's way better than yours, man." Wow. Interesting.
He wants
Interesting.
man.
Well, we thought we were in store for an adaptive game. Turns out we were just in store for a little deck swapping game here. Archon Solo where they
Back
swap
and forth.
decks. Yeah. Wow. Very, very, very interesting decision out of Damiano from Team Jargogle. Let's see how it plays out.
But you know, we were just saying it's so close that I don't think that was a bad call at all.
No, I don't think so. Both players keep their hands.
Strong start with Brutodon. Yeah, interesting that Damiano did so with that Six Semper in hand. But
Hey, it's a treasure map turn.
that's solid treasure map turn 1.
Yeah, discarding Bad Penny. Playing that treasure map.
It's a pretty easy call.
Yeah, he's going logos here. Igor. Hey, it's Reassembling Automaton. Fan favorite.
Everyone's favorite.
Fan favorite Robot Experiment.
Yup. Leaves that spot next to the Brutodon open for another creature he wants to protect. Don't really need to worry about that with reassembling automaton. He can keep himself safe just fine.
Yeah. Freddy, you want to talk about trait travesties? Look at Brutodon Auxiliary with the Beast trait. I think a lot of people know about this one. How is that a beast? That is a beast for mechanical reasons only. They're like, man, Spartosaur is just absolutely broken. Like, we can't have this guy running around, not killing anything on our controller side. So, make Brutodon Auxiliary a beast. Call it a day.
I guess I'm. It's an interesting decision. I don't know that Brutodon certainly looks pretty dinosaur-esque to me.
He looks like a dinosaur, man. There's no way this is not a freaking dinosaur.
I don't. Yeah. I guess he's not really a triceratops. He's like he's got so many horns sticking out everywhere. Actually, I don't know.
It's a
I don't know what to call it.
Quadceratops.
A quadratops. Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyways.
Sorry, intern for Luke here. He's gonna play his Brutodon Auxiliary, Theros Interion, puts the Calipigian Ideal on it, and Kester Jarda here. Damiano's gonna answer back with a Saurian turn of his own. He's gonna play the Brutodon. He's gonna play the Odoak, key card in this matchup. And hey, guess what, Freddy? Beast being a creature type is gonna matter here because look, we've got Good of the Many. If this were a dinosaur, Good of the Many wouldn't kill him.
And it's that's the case on both sides.
On
actually,
both sides, yes.
both players benefiting from that. He holds on to the Six Semper, and he draws into a 5-card Shadows.
Monster turn. Wow.
Wow. So it looks like Damiano really wants to pull off that Six Semper Tribute combo. He knows he's got 3 of them in his deck, and so he's going to pull it off sooner than later. Do you think that there's a world where you just play it on the Theros Centurion, knowing that that's 2 amber that your opponent could be forging with, and it could potentially be more if that Thero continues to capture amber? Yeah.
Yeah, I
See.
don't know, man. I don't like. Yeah, see, look, yeah. Now look at this turn, right? He's got the choice here.
Yep.
He can go Saurian and kill that Theros Centurion, but that's all he
No, he just
does.
hit and runs it.
It's got armor, so it's gonna survive that.
It's got 1 though, and he does 2 to it. Oh no, sorry. He has 4 damage on him.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Yep. Okay, you're right. You're right. So
So what is like? That's got to be the turn, right? You can't just let your opponent forge for 5 on his creature, but
that's a
like
10 amber swing. You
that's
play 1 card, and that's 10 amber right there. That's
essentially, but that's all you do, right?
yep. Yeah.
And
And
you
it
let your opponent forge.
all the
Your 6 Semper combo's gone. Like you didn't see the tributes in time. It's definitely
no.
not bad. Definitely a totally fine play. But now your opponent's going shadows, right, or whatever they want to set up their board. Now you've got to answer it. Hawks
Oh, he
look.
loses Brend.
Oh, he lost Bren to the subtle chain. Oh, that's brutal.
That's just going from bad to worse, you know.
Yeah.
Hawk, but not my Brend,
Hit,
man.
hit and run gonna kill the J Venda. That's fine. Hawk's gonna get rid of all of the artifacts. No one's playing with artifacts with 4 Hawks in the game.
No.
No one gets artifacts anymore. Everyone's going to
There's
pawn
the
shop.
tribute Stenopius that he really wanted to see a little bit sooner.
Yeah, all of his tribute combo cards are gone. He's just got the Imperial Scuttum. He lost the Calipigian Ideal. He lost Semper Tyrannosaurus.
But he does have 9 amber. So
He does have 9 amber. He's gonna forge.
not all is lost.
Not all is lost. However, on the side of Luke here, he's gonna go into check. Now this is gonna. I imagine that Damiano's gonna go Centurion Sinopius, Tribute, and Eximogrisk. Right, that would be the play.
That's gotta be. Yeah. Kill the Titan Guardian before it's got creatures around it. So really minimizing the value of it, keeping your opponent off of check. It feels like it feels like a no-brainer, so he'll probably go Logos or something. Nope, he does go Saurian.
We got it.
We got it. For once, we are not wrong. He goes with the Saurian play. He does play the Axiom, plays the Tribute out, decides to Exalt to capture the extra Amber, just really beef up that Centurion Stenopius, and sets up a very nice looking Logos turn of his own. He's got some options here with the Code Monkey. He can either go for the Amber play. Well, I think he probably goes for the Amber play here. Otherwise, he'll pop the ward on Centurion Stenopius, I guess.
He probably just discards Code Monkey.
Or discards the Code Monkey. Yeah.
If you play the Titan Guardian next to the Stenopius, you're going to be able to protect him from some little guy coming in there and breaking that ward, and then the Tertiate is what's going to kill Stenopius, right? We haven't seen Tertiate yet, I don't think.
No.
That's what you fear.
Monkey.
2 more tributes. Where do we go here?
Yeah, and like you said, Logan, those tributes, they're gonna capture Amber, but what else are they gonna do? They're just gonna stall unless he can get to that redraw, which he's getting closer to. He's only got 11 cards left in the deck.
Yeah.
But really wants to see that 6 Semper, that Calpigian Ideal again.
Right. Yeah. So we see Luke taking a Logos turn here, maybe a little bit of an inefficient Logos turn here, to kill off that Wormhole Tech, take that ward off of Stenopius. He's getting ready for the Tertiate, it would be my guess.
Yeah, and it looks like it. It's hard to blame him for doing that.
Right.
That's your only real way to get rid of Centurion Stenopius. You've got to make sure that when you play it, it's going to land.
We've also got a Whisper here. Whisper can do the trick.
That is a good point, and it's in his hand. So
Right.
You're right. He's got Whisper. The problem with Whisper is that you have a turn to respond to it.
Right. It is elusive, so it's going to be a little bit awkward to take care of it.
Certainly.
But actually, funny enough, Damiano has the answer in hand with no safety in numbers.
He does indeed.
2 of those in the deck, so we'll see if Luke plays around it. I'd be surprised though.
That's it's tough to justify playing around that.
Right.
And yep, Damiano decides to go for the Saurian play. I think the only question here, well, he does reap with Stenopius. The question is, does he hold a tribute? We've seen him hold tribute so much. I would be surprised if he played it. Oh,
Freddy getting proven wrong once again. The consideration here is all of his payoffs are in the discard pile, right? So I don't think he would do that.
It's a good point. It's a good point. And the only other card that he could use is a Scuttum, and he's not going to see that if he holds cards. So
yeah. Here we go with that Shadows turn. Luke's going to probably play out all his Shadows creatures here. He's going to take his opponent off of check. He's going to... no, he's still shy of check himself, excuse me. But we're going to see no safety in numbers just absolutely decimate this Shadows board.
This is going to be a brutal response, yeah.
Yeah, we missed that Tertiate. And let me do a double check here. Yeah, Tertiate's still in the deck. That's the card he needs right now. He needs it desperately before that Scudum hits.
Yep, and
oof, no safety in numbers. Just brutal for Luke here. We still don't see that Scudum, so fortunate for Luke.
Yeah, it was it was the odds were better that it would be in the deck than that he would draw it, but it was pretty close to 50-50.
Right.
And it really worked out for Luke there. He's got a chance to get that Amber off of Centurion Stenopius if he can get to Tertiate.
And he will this turn.
He should, yeah. Yep, yeah, he'll play out 4 Saurian cards, so he'll get the Tertiate, he'll have the response in time.
We see Damiano in chat saying it's coming. He knows what he's playing around here. He knows what he fears the most. But fortunately for him, it's not coming just yet. It's not here.
Yep. I think he was expecting it this turn.
Yeah. Who wouldn't, man? That it's you would expect it like after all that draws, right? 4 cards left in the deck, you would really expect him to have it. But poor sequencing, or rather card sequencing for Luke here.
And now an interesting decision. Do you Chant of Hubris the Amber from your Theros Centurion onto Stenopius?
Yeah.
Probably not, knowing that there's a Scuttum still in the deck.
Exactly my thoughts. And he doesn't,
Puts it on Titan Guardian.
Who do you ward here? You ward Paraguardian, you ward Theros Centurion, right? No, he says, I want that Yanti gang.
I don't mind that. No. You know, Yanti gang is about as good as Theros Centurion, but it lets you steal. It is a little bit smaller, so it's not going to do as much if you need board to clear out the board, but having steal is always nice. Yep.
Can you believe it? I still don't have the Scuttum.
So he knows what's going to happen next.
Yeah. But, I mean, Damiano, like, you've seen all of your other cards that you want to see, right? You can't say, I didn't draw the Scuttum, woe is me, right? It was unlikely for you to do that.
Certainly. And now he's got a tough choice here. What to do? Do you go Logos knowing that you're gonna be losing some of those creatures? Do you go Shadows and just try to get a little bit of value, steal with the Umbra?
Yeah. I feel as though that's the right call here because you want to rebuild as soon as that Tertiate hits.
I think you go you go Shadows. You go Shadows and you hope that the Subtle Maul hits. Oh no, he goes Logos.
Wow.
Oh man,
I feel as though that was an incorrect decision. Yeah, you Subtle Maul. Subtle Maul is such a high roll. Oh, he's asking to change.
He's asking to change. I don't know what the rule is around.
I don't know either. It looks like his opponent gives him the opportunity to do so.
Boy, this is going to be a really important Subtle Maul.
Yeah, this could be the Subtle Maul to change the outcome of the entire match here. He's all in on this Subtle Maul, ladies and gentlemen. Drum roll, please. He
you have
misses.
to be
Hits an
Igor.
Igor. Hits an Igor.
No.
Obviously, very unlikely for him to hit that 1 in 6 tertiate. Lol, GG.
Yeah. And he knows. I mean, the game is not over yet, but that 10 amber is going to be really hard to come back from.
A little
And-
mistake here to play Yancy Gang. He knows his opponent's going tertiate, so you don't want to have 4 in play.
Yeah, it's a great point.
Oh, actually, wow. Damiano just concedes. He says there's no way. I know what you have. I can't beat that.
Wow.
Yeah, it was definitely an uphill battle, but I don't know that a concession was necessary there.
Well, he doesn't have any tributes left. His opponent's going to be at 15 amber.
You're right.
He can't take him down. And I mean, this is just someone who knows his deck so well that he knows that he's lost. He still thinks that his deck is way better.
Still thinks his deck is way better.
All 3 times.
Wow. A little bit of rub in there. But I'm starting to doubt. He says he's starting to doubt.
I'm starting to doubt. Yeah. Well, losing 3 in a row would put doubt in my mind too.
Maybe he's regretting his chain bidding decision there a little bit.
It's these decks are close enough that it's hard to say. And I think that certainly both very impressive decks. You don't have to bring a good deck to adaptive, but we have seen almost exclusively some really top-notch decks. Probably aren't going to win an Archon Vault Tour or anything, but some decks that could certainly even day 2, I think, in a lot of cases. These decks have some really cool, really powerful combos.
Right. Yeah, that's the trick with adaptive. You don't need the best deck in the room to win at adaptive, right? You need to be able to evaluate the matchup, and you need to be able to play a deck on the fly, and that's why we love adaptive so much.